Falcons, Panthers, a pair of former MVPs at the quarterback position. Cam Newton's Panthers team got the W. Newton, 173 yards, 137 yards through the air, and 1 rushing touchdown. It was a nice one, though, as he did the Superman gliding through the end zone. Christian McCaffrey continues to improve, 66 yards on the ground. A little shovel pass for a touchdown for McCaffrey. Matt Ryan on the other side for the Falcons did his best to keep his team in it. 313 yards through the air, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Carolina wins 20-17, improving to 6-3 on the season. Dylan, the Panthers actually rallied from an early 10-0 deficit. We know that they don't have Kelvin Benjamin after he got traded. McCaffrey seemed to pick up the slack. We know they don't have any Greg Olsen. So what's your take on how the Panthers, with what seems to be a lack of weapons, still trying to improve and got a W today?
Yeah, I think they turned to the run game, and that's really, you think about their Super Bowl year, that's what they did. They really beat you on the ground, won that battle at the line of scrimmage, and chunked up a lot of yards through their rush attack. Now, it was slow going, especially with 2 first-half fumbles by Jonathan Stewart and that 10-0 hole they dug themselves, but they didn't panic, and they got themselves back in the game with that run game. McCaffrey was pretty good. Cam ran for almost 100 yards in the 80s, and they kind of got back to basics. It's interesting because this team is having to evolve on the fly. They're having to try to figure it out. After you trade Kelvin Benjamin, well, that makes Devin Funchess your new number 1.
Yeah.
And he stepped up and had a pretty good game. I think that's going to be an adjustment for Devin Funchess to have to, be a team's number 1 receiver. A lot more is going to be asked of Christian McCaffrey. You get to that middle part of your rookie season, you got to stop playing like a rookie.
High draft pick, too. A lot of expectations.
And your main veteran running back's got a little case of fumbleitis early in the game, and you don't have Kelvin Benjamin anymore. You're facing a little bit of a deficit. Rookie, we need you to step up.
Absolutely.
And he did. So this is something that is going to have to continue to be a bit of an evolution and adjustment for this offense. Hopefully for them, Cam leads the charge. He's the former MVP. He's the leader of this offense.
No doubt.
Without Olsen and without Benjamin now, Cam's going to have to step up and kind of raise the tide of all the boats around him with Funchess and McCaffrey as well. But this is interesting, the way this division is playing out. Their win takes them to 6-3, still a half game behind the New Orleans Saints within the NFC South at the top of that division. Still not totally sure if the Saints are for real or not. They're certainly playing like it.
No doubt about it.
So
6 straight, I believe it is, for the Saints. But when you look at Atlanta, though, at 4-4, so surprising.
So disappointing.
A team that went to the Super Bowl last year just cannot put things together all season long. This team has underperformed.
And they have not looked like themselves offensively. And maybe we deserve to put a feather in the cap of Kyle Shanahan, because maybe he was that important to figuring out just how all the moving pieces and parts of this offense are supposed to work, something that Steve Sarkisian has just not been able to do to the same degree of effectiveness as Kyle Shanahan. And the Falcons have been one of those teams that's very disappointing. Big division win, though, for Carolina. Whenever you get in the division, in a tight division, when the Saints are on a win streak and you're trying to keep pace, you got to get a big divisional win, and they did today.
No doubt about it. Stadium, we're always on demand.